Hello and welcome to my video walkthrough on how to compile for Counter-Strike Source. In this video we're going to be compiling for a Glock 18 and we're going to be doing it over top of different animations than Valve's default. The reason why I'm doing that is because it gets stale after a while just using the same animations over and over again. So what I've gone ahead and done is I found a skin on Game Banana here. This is where all the skins are downloaded and created. And what you want to do is you click search up Glock 20. And what's great about this Glock animation or this Glock skin is it's got a share alike license, which means we can use it and reshare it on Game Banana, which works perfect for our purposes. When you've downloaded and extracted that to your desktop, what you want to do is download a few programs, Blender, the Blender Import SMD Import plugin, Crowbar, VTF Edit, and GCFscape if you want to use the default animations. The next thing we want to do is open up Crowbar here and click the Decompile tab. We want to click Browse for the MDL input. And then what we want to do is we want to go over to the skin we decompiled. And I'm going to be compiling for Zero's animations. So I'm going to click 0 here. I'm going to click Models, Weapons, and vpist underscore MDL and open that up. The next thing you want to do is you want to create an empty folder on your desktop or anywhere on your computer and browse to it and open it up. And then what you're going to do is click decompile. I went ahead and already did that, so I'm not going to decompile it again. What you want to do is open up Blender, and I got a fresh scene here, and what you want to do is you go to File, Import, SMD, and we want to import our decompiled model, and we're going to open up the ref.smd. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our model here, we're going to import it into the scene. When you've imported it into the scene, what you're going to do is transform, scale, rotate it over top of this model here. And then what you're going to do after you've done that, I'm just going to do this really roughly. And what you're going to do is you're going to take the model that you want to replace, the model you imported, and select the original model. And you're going to right click, join. And if you what should happen is the original ref name should be in your hierarchy on the right here. If you did it the other way around, this won't work. So what you need to do is you need to select the model you've imported over top of the rigged model. And when you've done that, what you want to do is you want to go over to Object Data Properties here, and you want to browse up to where it says Body. In this case, this animation's rigged a little bit differently. So what we're going to do is we're going to click Body. We're going to press. We're going to go into Edit mode, Polygons, and we're going to click Select. And what that's going to do is it's going to select the body here. And what you're going to do is hit Delete Faces. And then what you're going to do is select your model. You're going to press the Select Linked key. And then you're going to assign this, the body of the model, the body of your model, to the body vertex group, and click Assign. That way, when you select it, it'll select the body. I'm going to go ahead and do this properly. I'll be right back when it's all done. Hi, I'm back. So when you've scaled, rotated the model, and you've assigned all of the vertex groups, what you should have is if I select this model here, and I go into Edit mode, and I press the body here, and I click Select, the body should be assigned. And when I click the slide should be assigned. And I think I forgot to assign the barrel here. So I'm just going to select the barrel here, and I'm going to click Assign while I'm at it. So that way when I select everything, it should select everything, including the barrel. And then when I select the trigger here, the trigger should be selected, and I didn't assign the trigger yet, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to select the trigger here, and I forgot to scale and rotate this, so I'm just going to that, and I'm going to click assign. So that way it's assigned to the trigger. And when I select the magazine should be selected. Great. When that's done, what you want to do is you're done with Blender. What you want to do is go File, or you want to go to your data scene properties here, and you want to select the export path for your SMD. And what we're going to do is we're going to go over to the decompiled folder that we created, and we're going to save over the reference SMD and click accept. Next thing you want to do is go File, Export, SMD, and make sure you have SMD selected on the right here. I forgot to do that, but yeah. And what you do is you go File, Export, SMD reference, and it should be good. The next thing we want to do is we want to open up the folder that we saved the reference SMD to, and we're going to look for the QC file. And what we're going to do is we're going to change the CD materials, models, weapons, V models, and we're going to change it to any folder you like. I'm going to name it Glock 18 Glock 18C, and I'm going to copy this folder path just for later, and I'm going to click Save. Next thing we want to do is we want to go over to Crowbar here, and we want to click the Compile tab. We want to browse to that QC file. In this case, it's in my decompiled folder that I made. And then we're going to output it to a different folder than the Counter-Strike folder. So I'm going to create a new folder called Compile Glock and select that. And we're going to make sure the work folder is selected, not the game folder on the output. And we're going to click Compile. And everything should be compiled without errors. I know that Counter-Strike uses 30,000 polygons as the limit, so anything over 30,000 polygons it won't compile. Yeah. So what we do now is we want to go to View here. We want to open up our viewer, and we want to load the MDL file that we compiled. So in this case, it's going to be Glock compile Glock, and then yeah, there's the model. And what we're going to do is we're going to check the animations. So we're going to go to Sequence. And in this case, I'm going to do the reload animation, and it works perfect. Cool. Okay, so as you're aware, the materials weren't compiled, but what we're going to do first is we're going to finalize this compile. We're going to open up Crowbar again, and we're going to select the Counter-Strike output file to the game's model folder, and we're going to make sure we have Counter-Strike source selected. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to click Compile again, and that's going to compile it to your Counter-Strike directory. The next thing we want to do is we want to grab our model's material files, and in this case I got it in my Glock folder here. And what we're going to do is we're going to open this up in VTF Edit, and then export it as a VTF. So let's go through that process. So what we're going to do is open up VTF Edit here. We're going to go File, Import, and we're going to click our Glox material folder. And I have 3 different textures that I've assigned to my model. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to open up my, let's say my handle, and I'm going to import it. And it'll take a while since this is a 2K texture. And what we're going to do is we're going to go File, Export, or File, Save As. And we're going to save it to our Counter-Strike directory. C-Strike, Materials, Models, Weapons, V Models. And then what we're going to do is we're going to create the folder that we created in the QC file. So in this case it was Glock underscore 18C. And we're going to save the VTF. In this case I'm going to name it handle, the same as the material file. And we're going to click save. And then what we're going to do is we're going to just take the VMT from the other skin. In this case, it's going to be here. And we're just going to take the VMT from the body, let's say. We're going to copy it. We're going to go to our C-Strike folder. And we're going to go into Materials, Models, Weapons, V Models. In this case, Glock 18C. And we're just going to paste it in. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to open it up. And we're going to keep everything default. But what we're going to do is we're going to change the folder path to Glock underscore 18C. And I'm going to name it handle. And next thing I'm going to do is the environment mask. I'm going to just get rid of that. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to press 2 quotes. I'm going to do the $. I'm going to type in bump map. And I'm going to go models / and I'm going to copy this folder structure here. And put them in quotes. I'm going to name it handle normal, or handle N for normal. And that's how you get a bump map, is you just do $ bump map. And then what we're going to do is we're going to save that. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Crowbar here. We're going to go to Game Work folder. And we're going to load up the MDL file. Okay, once you've created all the VMTs and VTFs for your model here, go ahead and load it up in Model Viewer. And as you can see, my model is working great. I did end up having to delete a bullet file that was a part of the model, but other than that, it's been working great. It looks great. So we're still not done yet. What we need to do is we need to go and compile this model so it works in game. In order to do that, what we need to do is go over to our C-Strike folder, and we go over to our custom, and we create a new folder called, in this case I'm going to go in Chapsticks Glock 18, or Chapsticks Glock, Chapstick Okay, hold on. Let me rename it to Chapsticks. What we're going to do is we're going to take the model that we compiled. I'm going to select copy, and then we're going to copy it into the custom folder and paste it here. Next thing we want to do is grab our materials in our C-Strike folder, and I'm just going to copy the materials here, and I'm going to go to custom. I'm going to paste it in, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to delete the excess folders that were copied over. And that just leaves us with one folder inside that folder. Next thing we want to do is go over and open a folder, open up your C-Strike folder again, and go over to bin here, or you want to go to your Counter-Strike folder, not your C-Strike folder. You go to bin and look for the vpk.exe. And what you want to do is take your C-Strike folder, not your C-Strike, your custom folder that you created, so Chapsticks block, and you click and drag it over top of the vpk.exe. And that'll create a VPK file called Chapsticks block. And then what you can do is you can test it in game and see if it's working. I hope this video was useful, and I want to thank you for watching. Bye.